Hello, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Izzah Afifah binti Ibrahim, metric number 1200933. In this video, I will share with you guys about one of the small modular reactors, which is Toshiba 4S. What is 4S? Actually, 4S is stand for super safe, small and simple.
Toshiba 4S reactor is a small sodium-cooled pool-type fast reactor with metal fuel. The 4S reactor is a small modular reactor designed for remote or off-grid locations where it can provide safe, reliable and sustainable power without relying on large-scale grid infrastructure. The overall area covered by the below-grade and above-grade structure of reactor plant is about 50 meter long by 30 meter wide.
Now, let's see the structure detail of Toshiba 4S reactor. How does 4S reactor operate?
Firstly, the heat generated in the core is transferred to secondary sodium via the intermediate heat exchanger, also known as IHS, which is located at the upper region in the reactor vessel. Then, the heat is transferred to water or steam system via system generator SG to produce electricity by turbine or generator. The residual heat is transferred to the condenser, and finally it is released to atmosphere via a cooling tower.
Now, let's move to property and characteristic of Toshiba 4S reactor.
Toshiba 4S can generate output 10 megawatts of power. It is designed to build in remote locations and isolated islands. These nuclear power plants emit almost no carbon dioxide because water is converted into steam that is then used to run a turbine and generate electricity. 4S doesn't require refueling. Once the fuel is inserted, we don't have to refuel the reactor again for 30 years. One of the special things about 4S reactor is it designed to automatically shut down in the event of an emergency of natural cooling for the reactor core. The heat from steam condenser at turbine or generator system is removed to atmosphere via air cooling tower, which does not need cooling water. Last but not least, spent fuel will be cooled in reactor for 1 year after 30 years operation and then stored in dry cask. So, there is no need for spent fuel pool.
What are applications of Toshiba 4S?
First, electricity supply for remote area community. The 4S reactor can be used to generate electricity in remote or off-grid areas where traditional power sources are not available or feasible. It can also be used to supplement or replace existing power sources such as diesel generators in areas with unreliable or inadequate electricity grids. Next, electricity supply for mining site. Mining sites are often located in remote areas where access to electricity can be challenging. Therefore, Toshiba 4S nuclear reactor will be installed at a mining site to provide a reliable and safe sources of electricity for the mining operation. Third application is electricity supply for seawater desalination. The 4S reactor can be used to power desalination plants, which convert seawater into fresh water for drinking or irrigation. This could be especially useful in areas with water scarcity or where access to fresh water is limited. Last but not least is electricity supply for hydrogen production. Hydrogen is an important fuel that can be used in fuel cells to produce electricity without emitting greenhouse gases. One way to produce hydrogen is
through a process called electrolysis, in which water is split into hydrogen and oxygen using an electric current. Therefore, Toshiba 4S will be used to generate the electricity needed to produce hydrogen through electrolysis. What are the differences between basic nuclear reactor and Toshiba 4S reactor? Basic nuclear reactor generate electric output 1 gigawatts, while Toshiba 4S generate 10 megawatts. There are two types of reactor for basic nuclear reactor, which are boiling water reactor and pressurized water reactor, while the reactor for 4S is only pool type. Basic nuclear reactor use water as their coolant, while 4S reactor use sodium. The neutron energy spectrum for basic nuclear reactor divided into two types, which are slow and fast, while only fast for 4S reactor.
In terms of core and fuel lifetime, approximately 40 years and refueling needed for basic nuclear reactor, while for Toshiba 4S, the cool and fuel lifetime is 30 years but no refueling needed. In terms of mode of operation, basic reactor use control rods, while 4S reactor employed shutdown system uses neutron absorbing material such as boron carbide. Reactor vessel diameter for basic nuclear reactor approximately 4 meter, while 3.5 meter for 4S reactor. Last but not least, steam generator installed in basic reactor is vertical recirculating, while for 4S reactor is helical type.
So that's all from me. Thank you for watching.